I was equipment operator in a logging operation is what we were doing. We did farming. There's about 200 head of cattle that we ran on the side. We did the hay, the grain. I loved the job. There was a huge variety. It was a demanding work. It was long hours, and it was great. The accident occurred in the haying season. The wet stalks tend to wrap around the rollers on the baler, so I got up there with a putty knife with the machine running. When the glove got caught, it pulled my hand down into the rollers, and it didn't turn out good.
Well, after an accident like that, where do you go from here, right? You don't know, are we going to continue with the work that we have? What are we going to do? Our specialist was Lisa.
My name is Lisa, and I'm a work transition specialist with the Workplace Safety Insurance Board. I work with people who have sustained injuries and need a little bit of assistance getting back to their jobs and back to work.
WSIB has a ray of sunshine there with Lisa. She is a wonderful advocate and has a real compassion for what she does.
Her first thing was to find out what my objective was. Did I want to go back to work with Dad? Did I want to retrain and do something else? I wanted to do what I was doing before. And I realized that was going to be a pretty big struggle, but I loved doing it, and I wanted to do as much as I could. Initially, I spent some time around the shop and on the tractor and that, almost as a rehab, as a therapy, finding out what I could and couldn't do. Kind of puts you back in that mental frame of doing something. And that was really beneficial. We did that early on, and it really addressed a lot of issues early. The tractor that I had, really the only control that's meant for the left hand is the steering wheel, and everything else is meant to be operated with the right hand. I end up sitting like this most of the day. So the adaptive control now, we need to bring some controls from over here and put them here.
So normally when we do return to work, we look at how can we change the environment to fit the person.
So Lisa was there to try and facilitate what those changes needed to be.
So we were able to identify this spinner knob that had buttons that replaced the function of his hand. And he was literally able to operate this tractor and give him his independence back.
He went out there and worked the farmland for a little while and came back in with a big smile on his face. He picked me up and he gave me a great big old hug, and he said, I can just sit in my tractor and use it. I don't have to cross over, I don't have to hunch over. I can just use my tractor without any pain or anything like that.
I sort of came to the table with the knowledge of, policies and what boundaries we had and what direction we could help him in, how we could support him. And of course he came to the table with his vocational experience, all of his skills and abilities. So we tried to find the right solution for every worker. Return to work for injured workers is a process, and at WSIB we have a support services team, and it's a really collaborative effort and lots of discussions between everybody and a real team behind the return to work efforts of injured workers.
That's what WSIB did for my husband. He was able to have that self-worth back again and feel like he's useful and continue going on with farming, and they've made him so happy.